How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good, my friend. Better now that I'm talking to you. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Awesome. Glad to meet you well.
What
Now
can I help you with?
you talking about the stinky feet. That helped me with my situation.
Told you. What's
Uh-huh.
happening?
So I have a boyfriend
Uh-huh.
who is a bit of an avoidant.
Okay.
And we've been seeing each other for almost a year now.
Hmm.
And it's been a bit rocky. Um, to say the least. He will get upset and disappear for a couple of days. Won't answer calls and texts. He does not like to talk about his feelings, and he's been getting counseling for over a year now.
With who?
I'm not sure who she is, who the
It's
counselor.
probably that free stuff they offer from insurance. Look, I'm not being funny. Take that. Take that whatever way you want to. I, Miss Lisa, I continue to say that not all counseling, coaching, therapy is created the same. It ain't. You cannot justify a person getting counseling for a year and they still running.
That's what I said. That's exactly what I said. I said, you've been getting counseling for over a year, and it doesn't seem like it because we've been together almost a year.
Yep.
And I said, so do you talk to your counselor and tell her like you get upset about those smallest things? I don't even have any idea you're upset,
Hmm.
and then you disappear. And then I'm like, what's going on? Oh, you said such and such, or whatever. Remember when you said, I'm like, what? Like, how did that make you upset? So do you think that is there a point, or is there a situation where a relationship can work out with an avoidant?
No,
No?
no,
Wow.
absolutely not. You talk to other counselors, coaches, therapists, they might tell you something. I'm going to tell you right now, when a person is healed, Miss Lisa, and it sounds like you are trying to do the work, when you are healed, it
Mhm.
is impossible for a healed person and an avoidant to be together. And let me tell you how on time your question is. I'm looking for it because I have my content lined up. Let
I
me
saw
tell
a post
you.
from earlier today
Uh,
about running away from feelings.
yep. Let
That
me
hit
tell you
home.
what my video Tuesday title is. Let me give you the title. It's gonna make you fall out in your seat. Tuesday's video is gonna be a bloodbath, and it's based on a conversation that I had with a client who allowed me to share it, and I had to really get her together. Tuesday's video topic is called How Dismissive Avoidance Can Destroy You.
Oh, I believe it.
And I don't want to give away the goods that I'm going to talk about Tuesday, but let me just say this and let everybody chew on this for a second. When you're in a relationship with an avoidant is a pro at making you feel like you're the problem when they're the problem. Because when you deal with an avoidant who will not own their issues, they will leave you. And because they leave you the way they do, you will question who you are because you can't separate how they first showed up from how they left. Your brain can't process it. And this causes you mental and emotional damage like you can't believe.
Oh, wow.
Tuesday gonna be powerful. I can't wait to talk about. I almost want to give y'all the notes right now.
Wow.
Many brains have been destroyed because when a person is an avoidant and they just up and leave every time there is a problem, a challenge, they disappear for days. But this is the same person that probably begged to be with you, that was so sweet and loving when they were with you at first. Your brain can't separate who they were from how they left, and it leaves you mentally and emotionally destroyed. And I
Wow.
got her right together in 60 minutes.
Oh, really?
It,
Wow.
it don't take long. You know,
Wow.
you know how we break this? It's simple. You asked a really good question. Can a relationship work with an avoidant? I don't think so. Not if you heal. But I'm gonna take it a step further. You're gonna know you're healed if you had the ability, Miss Lisa, to see him not for who you hoped he was, but for who?
Who he really is.
Bingo. And
It's
the
strange
day.
because there's a lot of nice, good things about him, and he's He takes care of his mom. His mom's been sick for a while. There's a lot of good things about him, and I know he's working on himself. But
Listen, there's a lot of good things about an Acura. It'll never be a Bentley. Oh my God! It'll never be a Bentley.
right,
Period.
I need to
Never.
send him to you. That's what I need to do. Can you
I
help me?
don't know if he can take it. He'll probably run off the call.
Oh wow.
I've had it happen. I've had it
Mm,
happen because most counselors, coaches, therapists, they don't have the guts to talk to people and tell them the truth. They don't. I do.
right.
The reality is, man, it ain't gonna work until he heals. And if he's been in counseling for a year, I don't know who he's seeing. And I don't know what he's paying to see them. But I'm telling you right now, let this be proof that not all counseling, coaching, therapy is the same. It ain't. We not all equal.
Right. I'm gonna try to get him to sign up for your counseling.
Put him on. It ain't gonna take but one session. And if he'll hear the truth,
Oh wow.
if he'll hear the truth, he will hear some stuff in that 60 minutes he probably ain't heard in a year.
I'm sure, because some of the stuff he says his counselor says, I'm like, what?
Have you ever this is gonna be so bad. Oh God, this is gonna be so bad. Miss Lisa, do you expect free food to taste like food you pay for?
Oh.
We never do. We never do. I spent a lot of my life giving back and pouring in the community, feeding people, clothing people, and I like it. I love giving back. One of the things that I was a big advocate of was the quality of doing that, because just because you're serving people free food doesn't mean you got to just ball the food up any kind of way. I know this is the time of year where people are volunteering. You just ball the food any kind of way and you just give it to people because, hey, it's free. So, take this food. No, 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 no. Just because it's free doesn't mean you don't make sure that you package it right, you present it right, etc. But most people can admit that free food and food that you pay for ain't the same. And the reality is, counseling, coaching, therapy, this stuff ain't all equal. It's not. Because most folks will take your money and let you waddle in this and let you just talk all day about how you feel.
Yes.
And I'm gonna give you about 15 minutes to do that. And then after that, when I've gathered my data, then we jumping in.
That's what I like.
It don't take long, sweetheart. It doesn't. So I hate this, but that's just my honest opinion, that this relationship is not going to work until he changes. And don't get me started. Can I ask you this, Miss Lisa? Is he older or younger?
A little bit younger.
He's a little bit younger.
Right.
Interesting. Because we could get into some other things about hypergamy and roles in the relationship and the possibility of respect being compromised. He is a younger man, but as a younger man dating
he's
older,
he's 48. He's 48.
he's 48 and running. He ought to have
Never been
have too much.
married, never. Yeah, he's said he's never been in love before. Has never gotten close to anybody except me.
No. At 48, let me guess, he probably has overall commitment issues.
He does.
I guarantee it. He sounds like the kind of person, because men and women are like this. I want to be clear, because the men get real butthurt when I come after them, but then they ignore the videos when I come after women. Anyway, men and women have this challenge, and I want to say this. He sounds like a person who struggles with commitment in general. And if he is running at 48, he'll probably be running at 68.
Hi, I'm Dr. Zeb. Listen, one of the things that I tell clients all around the world, and now nearly over 40 countries around the world, is that the universal language of humanity is healing. It doesn't matter what culture you come from, what language you speak, religious practice you participate in. Greater than all of those things is this one thing we all share in common, and that thing is pain. We all hurt the same, we all bleed the same, and because of that, we all need to heal the same. Because of this, the holiday season is where this is heightened even more, because it is during the holidays where you're reminded the most about the divorce or the separation, the job loss, the breakup, the financial challenges or health challenges you're experiencing. Maybe you start to grieve the loss of a loved one much more during this season and time of the year. And so that's why I've talked to my team and said, I want to dedicate the months of November and December to only focusing on the art of healthy grieving and learning how to master letting go in a healthy way, of course. And so I'm going to be offering several of those sessions over these 2 months to help you get through the holiday season, as well as some small group sessions, no more than 12 people, where those of you that are interested in working through community and other like-minded people can come and share little parts about the challenges that you're having, and we all work through it together as a small community of folks that are focused on healing. Listen, check out the links in the description as well as my bio, and I would love to work with you during this holiday season so that you can master the art of healthy grieving and learn how to let go and enjoy the holiday season. Listen, you got 2 jobs. 1, be better today than what you were yesterday, and 2, don't forget what I told you.
But he says he's committed to me.
How? Why? How is he committed and running at the same time? Come on, Miss Lisa. Miss Lisa,
He, he'll,
listen.
he'll disappear for a couple of days and then, blame me because he was mad and stuff,
Miss Lisa,
But
and you let him come back.
no, at first I thought he had ghosted me or something. So I started talking to somebody else and then he said I was cheating.
Miss Lisa, wait a minute. Why are you talking to somebody else so fast?
Because that's when we just started talking.
Okay.
Yeah, we had just started.
And just started, he took off running.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But that problem was his mom. His mom has been sick, real sick, having strokes and seizures and all that stuff, and him in and out of the hospital with her. So
I'm very sorry to hear
I
that.
gave him
without a
grace
doubt.
for that.
I'm
Right.
totally sorry to hear that. Very sorry to hear that. But guess what? All of us going through something.
Exactly.
And see, when I say that, there's somebody on this live or watching the replay. If I keep this up tonight, if y'all support this, is going to say, I don't like this guy. He's not validating my feelings. Yeah, I am. I just said, I'm sorry to hear that his mom's upset. I
Right.
also just said, we all going through something. 2 things can be true at the same time. Run.
That's true. Run.
Yes. Run the opposite direction. Because at 48, if he can't multitask, work a job, show up for his mom, show up for you, show up for whomever else. If he can't multitask, he's not going to be able to handle no relationship with you.
Yeah. Yeah, he told me he wasn't a good multitasker and his mom was his priority. He's taking care of his mom. He's a real estate investor. He has properties all over the place. He's
Wait. Does he manage his properties everywhere?
he's got managers. He's got property managers all over, but he still travels to them because he's,
Uh-huh. So he has the common sense to hire help to manage his properties.
He does.
Come on, Miss Lisa, let's stop. Let's not do this. Miss Lisa, let's not do this. Because I'm going to say this to you, women do this stuff all the time, and women not going to like this, and I don't care. Oh my God. Y'all do this stuff all the time. Y'all can convince Donald Trump that Elvis is alive. Because if y'all see something that you think has a glimmer of hope, you will take that quarter and try to make it $100 bills. Baby, that's a quarter. I don't care how you slice it, dice it. You can tape it to a piece of paper and put 100 on it. You'll never make it $100. Women are good at this. Women are good at this, and y'all ain't gonna. And there are some men that do this too. But I'm telling you, women are good. You know why? Because you allow your emotions to give him a chance. I need you to take your emotions and put it in the back seat, and I need you to look at this from a logical perspective. And ask yourself, Ms. Lisa, logically, how much sense does this make? It doesn't make any sense at all. You're a beautiful, smart, well-spoken, well-presented woman, and you're connected to somebody who cannot commit to anything but his work. And he's got the sense to plan that out, but he don't have the sense to organize his time with you. Stop. Let's not do this, Miss Lisa.
Oh my gosh, 100% true. Thank you. Now, if I send them and you get them right, then
what? Look, Miss Lisa. Oh my God, Miss Lisa, you won't let go. If I send them to you and you get them right, then Miss Lisa. Let me tell you something. I'm not saying that ain't possible. You might be able to reconcile, But I
Mhm.
need you to make sure that that reconciliation lines up with your values. Because I'm gonna tell you, he might get right, but if it don't line up with your values of peace and commitment and consistency and strength, then it may not be a good idea.
Right. Exactly.
So I wouldn't bank on that. I just I wouldn't bank on that. You have to heal, Miss Lee. And we could spend some time because I'm very curious to hear about your attachment style too. I think I have an idea of what it is, but I'm very curious to hear what your attachment style might be because I can see some glimmers of some things just based on some of your responses to his behavior.
Right.
And I don't want you to find somebody who does check more boxes, but then your tolerance for what they do raises even more because they're checking more boxes. No, 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 no. You have to have a set level of boundaries and values so that across the board, whomever you're meeting and you're engaging, you can evaluate them properly based on who you are and what you represent. Those
Right.
attitudes, beliefs, perspectives, principles. Okay. So,
I,
the
I-
look will be
I've
open.
done a lot of work, a lot of counseling and everything. I was married for almost 24 years, well, together. And then it's been over 6 years and before I decided to get into this relationship.
Mhm. So you
Mhm.
spent some time away. It sounds like you spent a
It'll be
decent.
7 years in April
Yeah, it
this year.
sounds like you spent a decent amount of time away from that marriage. Kudos to you because I think that's a big deal. A lot of people don't take that time off to themselves. So I think that's a big deal. So why would you take all of this time off to yourself and then jump into this piss pool? Why?
Uh, I knew he was, working on things
He
and
not
that
working on nothing.
he's a he's a and I knew he was a good man, taking care of his mom and
Good
everything.
subjective. Good is subjective. Good. Hey, people think Burger King good. My kids can't stand Burger King. It's all subjective.
True.
See again, he's a good man. He's this. He takes care of his mama. He's a good. You're still validating dysfunction, and that's my concern with you, Miss Lisa.
I don't validate the things that he does,
You
the
are. If
avoidance
you
and the disappearing and
Yes, you are. Because two things can be true at once. You can acknowledge that him disappearing is wrong,
right.
but if the next sentence says, "But hey, he's a good man. He takes care of his mom," you are looking for a reason.
In that regard, he's a horrible boyfriend.
You're looking for a reason to call him something that overall he really ain't.
Hmm.
I know. That's hard to hear. Doc, stuff don't have to be absolute. Okay. I just said two things can be true at once. I agree with that to an extent, but I'm telling you now, if he's got the sense to look after his mother and look after all of these properties he owned and hire help to do that and manage that, but he don't have the strength to stick around and work through stuff with you, he might still be a good guy. We can make this even more simple. He may not just want you, Miss Lisa. And that's something we have to be honest about. If you want to make him a good guy, great. Maybe he just doesn't want you.
I tried to break up with him many times.
Well, avoidants don't like that. It's the push and pull.
Oh,
When
okay.
an avoidant runs and you feel him running and you stop chasing and you decide to yank the rope back and say, "I'm not chasing you no more. I'm going this direction." Guess what? The avoidant feels that, and nothing makes an avoidant chase you like you stopping chasing them. This is why avoidants almost always come running back. And you got to know this. And the only way you break that cycle of an avoidant running back to you and this back and forth is if you cut the cord. That was a word.
I
Because when you
understand.
cut the cord, it ain't no coming back. They love back and forth like the Aaliyah record.
Wow.
So cut the cord.
Never
Sweetheart.
dealt with one before until now. So
Cut the cord, or you're gonna be going back and forth for the rest of your life, or your rest of your time with this man. Stop.
right,
Let's stop.
I hear you.
Okay.
Yes.
This is on you. I'm more concerned about you than him, because I'm gonna tell you at the end of the day, he's dysfunctional. What do you? I just said this. We can't put logic around dysfunction.
Right.
He's
Exactly.
dysfunctional. He's gonna be what he is. I'm more concerned about you. I don't want you going back and forth with people who cannot acknowledge their challenges and do something about it. Okay,
Yes.
Miss Lisa, it's a pleasure.
You too, Doc. I appreciate you.
I
And
hope
I'm
to work with you
for your
and see you soon.
session.
I'm gonna look forward to it.
Okay.
Thank you, my friend. Y'all, let's give it up to Miss Lisa. That was really good. Wow, very honest too. Yeah, I'm trying to make sense out of this, and I just ain't making sense to me. Y'all, and I don't make excuses for nobody. And again, I said this because dudes get real quiet on this when I talk about them. But then when I jump on women, they ain't got nothing to say. Like, I don't care who you are, what your gender is, and where you're from. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And you're not going to make an avoidant love you until they change. I don't care what you do. I don't care how you spin it. I don't care what expectations you set. An avoidant is going to run until they heal that style of attachment. Good luck trying to fix an avoidant. It ain't going to work. Okay?
Listen, y'all, I hope this made sense. If it did, I want you to type church in the comments with 3 R's. And then I want you to remember you've got 2 jobs. 1, be better today than what you were yesterday. And 2, don't forget what I told you.